Hello traders, Katie is with you again. I looked at the activity and from the comments and feedback I see that you like the new section. For beginners, in this section we choose either a fairly popular profession or a popular person, and accordingly we are trying to earn his salary per day, per month, per hour, per minute in one trade session. And today, based on your comments, we chose a football player named Cristiano Ronaldo. Who doesn't know, he is one of the best and popular football player. And what's more interesting, he has one of the highest salary at the moment. This is 200 million euros per year, respectively 16.6 million per month, and this is 23,000 euros per hour. Let's try to earn it. As always, all this is broadcast and recording at the YouTube channel and also in my Telegram channel. So go to the Telegram channel, subscribe. There are always some signals, useful information, devices for you, and the link is in the description as usual. Let's start. Today, two indicators will help us in achieving this goal. The first one is moving average indicator that you see on our chart, and the second indicator called MACD. Let's talk a little about these indicators. The moving average indicator is a technical indicator that is located on our chart, and it is based on an analysis of the behavior of sectories quotes and the moving average. This is a kind of moving average among all the data of our candles. And according to this indicator, two main signals are often distinguished. The first is a moving average directed either to the lower position or to the upper position. And the second is desirable, where is our moving average directed according to the first signal. There should be a chart below. If the moving average is directed downward, the chart should be below the moving average. And if our chart goes for an uptrend, the chart will be higher of this particular moving average. The first signal is itself the moving one, and the second signal is the chart that should be either higher or lower than the moving. This is the main task of this indicator. And the second indicator is MACD, as I told. It's located at the bottom of the screen. This indicator is used to check the strength and direction of the trend, as well as to determine turning points. And here we have some candles like the actual one and two moving lines, which are similar to the moving average. And if the blue moving average prevails in the uptrend, while the blue moving average predominates the green bars, but here we also see reversals, a slowdown in the trend, so we see drops in the bar. And you can see the opposite situation when we have such an orange moving one and we had red bars. This is a downtrend. This is how these two indicators work. It's not so complicated. And I remind you that the amount that we should earn, it is 23,000 euros. Well, at least I will show you a long-term strategy from which you can earn the money. And I'll ask you one more time to subscribe to the YouTube channel and my Telegram channel. There are a lot of useful information, and so we are switching to pocket option and start our trading. For the beginning, I always tell everyone to check your settings. First, we see the transaction amount. We see that the balance is $150. We put $150 in the cell where we have the first transaction. After that, we check the time of transactions, and we see that the transaction time is 5 seconds, and we insert exactly 1 minute. Today we will trade with you on trading currency pairs. Here they are, the top area of the screen. We will have 6 of them today, but we will look at the balance. Maybe we will go to the second round and continue trade belong after. The indicators are all saved. This is the moving average and MACD. They have a slightly different color range, but they perform the same function. Here are the settings of the indicators if you need. I often leave the settings off at default. And we will immediately switch to the first currency pair. Let's open a trade here for an increase and start to technical analysis. Here we see that we have some kind of recovery going on. This recovery is happening due to the fact that we had a support area. We entered it and touched it, and thus we had a reversal. That's why we opened our trade for an increase. This is also shown by the moving average and MACD indicators. Let's watch the chart. So we see that this transaction was closed in a plus and the profit amounted to a total of $138. So our balance is already $288. And we immediately move on to the next, our currency pair. Let's open a trade for an increase and immediately begin technical analysis. At the moment, we are observing that the moving average has already moved slightly to the lower position. Nevertheless, it's trying to straighten out. We have already overcome this moving upper position and are moving upward, just like the general one. According to the MACD indicator, we have a similar situation. We see that our direction is being followed and most likely they will intersect. But the trend has already begun to change. And also by bars there is a similar situation. 2 bars are green, which corresponds to a change in a trend. Let's watch. We see this deal closed in plus and the balance is already $426. And we're moving next. Here we are opening an upward position. And the first thing we observe is that we have 3 large volumes of green bars. The second thing is that we are moving towards our resistance area and we can safely open a position to increase. Above the given moving average, we have growth, and according to MACD, there is a similar situation. Also, 2 green bars plus the green moving average are looking in the upper position. Let's watch the chart. Yeah, perfectly. This deal is also closing in a plus. I remind to write for the following profession or the person you would like to try to earn the salary. Meanwhile, we immediately go to the next. Here we open a downward trade and proceed to technical analysis. At the moment we have a drawdown and we can observe a rather large pullback. That is why we open a position for decrease. And according to moving average, we also see that we stay below this moving average. And according to MACD, a similar situation. And also, the last bar is red, and the red moving average prevails, which means we opened the deal correctly. But let's watch the chart. Yeah, I was right, great. This deal also closes in plus, and we move to the next. Here we are, and let's open a trade for an increase. Here we can observe that we have a general upward trend, and the trend, by the way, is quite stable according to the indicator. We also observe that we have a moving average is in the upper position, and the MACD indicator has a similar situation with the last two green bars, and the general situation is also in an upward trend. Let's watch our chart, guys. We see this transaction is successful. Let's go to the sixth currency pair, where we are opening a downward trade here and proceeding to general analysis. You can notice that a small pullback begins in the form of green candle, but there will most likely be a small fake rollback, and the general position of the downward trend will continue. So according to the moving average indicator, we also see that the moving average is directed downward, and we are accordingly below the moving average. Then we look at the MACD indicator, and we can observe the same situation where the red moving one prevails and the bars are lower than the moving ones themselves. Let's watch the chart. Good job, the deal closed in plus, but nevertheless we immediately began to rise, so we are lucky traders with us. I remind everyone that it's advisable to trade 15 or 20% from your balance. Also always use general analysis, not a technical one. Draw support resistance areas, highlight the general trend, look at the volume of candles, on the shadows of candles, and so on. So here we are, on the basis of the currency pair, opening a downward trend and proceeding to technical analysis. At the moment, we see the fact that we have a quite large volume going up in the form of green data candles. But if we look even more closely, we can observe that we have more and more shadowing performing in the upper position, and it means our trend is trying to turn around and we are opening for a decline. Let's switch. Perfectly, this trade is also closing in our plus, and it was the seventh currency pair. Let's move to the eighth one. I think the last and final currency pair. Let's open a trade for an increase and proceed to technical analysis. And now we see a general global upward trend, and we had two small pullbacks. But nevertheless, they ended quite quickly, so we opened our trade for an increase. Then we can look at our second indicator, MACD. We also see this pullback. Let's look at the chart and whether we opened our trade correctly. So we closed our last trade successfully, and let's sum up some global results. Started our trading session with a balance of $150. We increased it to a balance of $1,404. We roughly eroded the salary of Cristiano Ronaldo. We took his salary for an hour, but the trading session lasts much less. Theoretically, we earned the salary since we increased our balance more than 10 times. But the essence of the main strategy I showed to you, just increase your amount and trade further. Continue to write your comments about what player, person or a job I should choose in the next video, and we will try to do it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, write comments, like the videos. Also subscribe to my Telegram channel, where there are a lot of useful information for you, trainings, And I'm saying goodbye. It was Kitty. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.